Okay, so it's been a while since I made an FPS tutorial. I stopped making them because the code wasn't good. I wasn't really happy with it. We're gonna try and improve on it, add some new stuff. So what we're gonna do today is we're gonna make it so you can equip different weapons. Okay, so our first goal is that we need a gun. So for gun models, I'm gonna use the comprehensive gun kit because I'm not here to model, I'm here to actually code the game. So we'll pick a gun, I think like an M4, M16. I'll drag it into the workspace. And I'll put it like here. Okay, what we're going to do first is we're gonna create a rig and go to plugins, rig builder, and we'll generate, you can do R15 or R6, I'm gonna go R6. You can generate a block rig. And in the rig, what we can do is we'll delete the humanoid, the head, the legs, and the torso. But there's an issue with this. The arms are blocky, and I want them to kind of be like rounded. There's multiple ways you can fix this. You can either like hop into a program like Blender, stretch out a cube, and then just give it a bevel, and then you can just import it in by adding a mesh part. And then changing the mesh ID. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hop on to the toolbox, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to type in view model. We'll just choose like this one. So now we're going to delete the humanoid. I'll just rename this to fit camera. I'll set transparency to 1. And as you can see, it's got a string value called cam part. If we click on fit camera and we use a plugin called auto camera lock, and we can lock our camera to see what it looks like in first person. So if we deselect everything and then click on lock camera again, then we'll unlock the camera. So it's all rigged. Also, quick tip, just make sure everything's got can collide off, anchored off, and shadows off. But make sure the humanoid root part has anchored on. Okay, so now we're gonna add M4A1 to our arms. So we'll duplicate the arms, and we'll duplicate the M4. I'll enable snap to grid rotate. I'll set that to 90 degrees, and I'll rotate it. And then we'll move it into position. Make sure it's a big enough size. Make sure you look at reference to see how people hold weapons, because you don't want your weapon to be too big. Okay, so I put it in, be welded to it. Move it when you're animating it. I tend to hit reset joints, so that'll fix everything. Now, really quickly, before we do that, we're going to add in a part, which we'll drag over here. Set the size to like 0.1 by 0.1 by 0.1, and I'll rename this main. Set transparency to 1, turn off cast shadow, turn off can collide, turn off anchored. So this is where the gun's gonna rotate when you move it, when you're animating it. I tend to go for somewhere like over here, where it would actually move in real life. But then we'll just drag it into the model. So now what we're going to do is in rig edit light, we're going to go from humanoid root part to the main joint. And we're gonna go from this, and we're gonna do our welds first. So the barrel will be welded to it. Forward assist will be. Front sight, grip, handguard, lower receiver, rear sight screws, selector. Actually, no selector. Stock, top attachment, and upper receiver. I'm gonna weld those to it. So now we're going to, in the M4, we're gonna select the main. We are going to select bolt flap, the bolt, charging handle, and the magazine, and create a joint. That's it, pretty much rigged. So now what we're going to do is in replicated storage we'll make a folder which we'll call it view models, and we'll just duplicate this and drag it into the view models folder. Okay, so now we actually need to write the main framework for the game, so we need to get the view model to show in game. So we're gonna add a script to start a player scripts. I'm gonna call it framework client, and then inside we're gonna make a couple of variables. So we'll start with local player equals game.players.local player, and then we'll say local character equals equals player.character or player.character added colon with child. Just realized you can't change the item just yet, which we're going to do now. So if you've noticed that it does clip into things, that's not really fixable. You could try and move the gun away from walls when a player gets close, but we're not gonna do that. My mic wasn't working during this next part, so sorry about that. But basically I'm just rigging the M9 view model. It's pretty much just the same thing we did with the M4, so it's not that hard.
I'll guide you through how to make an FPS game in Roblox Studio. If you find this helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe. Display project. Insert a stun model. Attach a part as the gun handle and ensure it is welded. Add a local script inside the tool to handle camera movement and first-person view. Lock the camera to the player's head and hide the default cursor. Create a remote event to detect shooting and place a script in server script service to handle damage. Test everything to confirm functionality.
So I have been working on a Roblox multiplayer FPS game for a while now. The game is called Zany. Here is some footage in game. All of the maps are custom made. I even have a
And welcome back everyone to Nuts and Development, and today I will be teaching you how.
So you might have noticed that there are two new templates in Roblox Studio, laser tag and FPS system. And in today's video I'm going to showcase both of the templates and make a game using the templates. Alright, the template has loaded. Let's take a look and see how the weapons are. First impressions, it looks really solid. I actually really enjoy this weapon system. I don't actually see a point of changing anything. It looks and functions pretty well just as is. Let's take a look at laser tag. This looks awesome. It seems as it already has a matchmaking system, meaning that's already done for me. Let's playtest it. Right off the bat, I see that there's force fields, so the enemy team cannot enter your base. At least I'm pretty sure that's what it is. I do like this map, but I think it can be more laser tag themed. So let's update it. After a few hours, the map is finally done. I think it turned out pretty good. But now that that's done, it's time for the extras. I found a menu system I really liked and I added it to the game. It looks pretty awesome. After a couple of hours of working on this game, I feel like I've turned this template into a more full game.
And welcome back everyone to Nuts and Development, and in this tutorial we're going to be making
Hello guys, welcome back to a new video. Today I'm gonna be showing you how to make a gun using FE gun kit. So first of all, we're just gonna get FE gun kit. Put that in.
Today, I'll show you how to add realistic guns to your game in Roblox Studio. First search ACS in Toolbox and insert first model. Then, drag all folders into right places, like in the video, and ungroup them. After it, click Game Settings, go to Avatar tab and change Avatar type to R6. You can change some settings in this config script in replicated storage. Let's test. As you can see, I have a lot of realistic guns and I can shoot from them. Today,
What's going on, guys? I'm here with a tutorial on how to make a view model that appears when a tool is equipped. The view model is only on screen when the tool is equipped and goes away when the tool is unequipped. Without further ado, let's get started. I'm actually going to create a script in starter player scripts that just makes the game first person. So let me do that real quick and then I'll show you the code. This script just sets the player's camera mode to be 1, which is first person. The first thing we're going to want to do is we're going to actually have to create the avatar that will become our view model. You could go into Avatar, create a rig builder, and just a block rig should be fine. Make sure it's R6 because R6 looks the nicest for view models. Make sure to rename the rig to view model in your Explorer. After you rename it, just go through everything in the view model and delete everything besides the head, the left arm, and the right arm. Go into the head and delete everything in the head. After that, go to the arms and head and just make everything smooth plastic so it doesn't look like styrofoam. After that, you could resize the head, just make sure it's centered, and then you are going to set the head to be completely transparent. Then go through and resize the arms. I recommend doing 0.05 for all of them and then rescaling the y-axis as necessary. After that, customize the arms to however you like color. If you want to add an attachment or an accessory to it, then go ahead. Then once you do that, you're going to want to add the accessory that you want to be in the view model to the view model. In this case, I'm using an M4A1 from the Comprehensive Gun Kit. I'll put a link to the model for the Comprehensive Gun Kit in the description. Rotate the left and right arms so they're sticking out, so you know it actually looks like you're holding something. Reposition whatever thing you're using for the view model into the right arm, and make sure it actually looks like the arm is holding the weapon. Rotate the arms as necessary and move them, scale them, to where you get a good looking view model. Make sure every single part of the view model, this means anything in the weapon or accessory that you're having the view model be, along with the arms, make sure it's all anchored and it cannot collide. If anything in the view model can collide with anything else, that will screw up the entire view model, so make sure nothing can collide. We're also going to be adding this to the scripting later. Also move the finished view model into replicated storage. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to create a tool. We're going to put this in the starter pack for convenience sake for this tutorial, but you can put it wherever the player is getting their tools or inventory from. Put a part named handle inside the tool and make sure the part is 100% transparent and it is not anchored and can't collide with anything. After that, you're going to add a local script to the tool. I'm going to code this local script in bits and then explain them as I code it. Alright, so this first bit is just defining variables like the tool, the player, the character of the player, and the camera. Then what we're going to do is we're going to define the view model so we can manipulate it. Then we have a variable that changes when the tool is equipped and when it's not equipped. So in this function right here, it's when the tool is equipped, it will clone the view model to the player camera. And then it will also set equipped to be equal to true. And then when it's unequipped, it will set equipped to be false. It will get the view model in the camera and it will destroy the view model. This next part of the script, I'm going to get the run service, which is funny to say, from Roblox, which basically checks while the game is running. And when it's running, for every frame tick, I don't know how this